Alright guys, I know I've been going from this channel for a little bit, but welcome to the long awaited. This video has been on my mind, on my schedule for a long time, and it's taking forever, mainly because this is a long film. As you can see, this is one of the most important videos I think is going to be on my channel for a long time, because it won't just be there, but it'll also teach somebody for the next generation and generations to come. So I know that was a little bit dramatic, but regardless, it's here. We are finally talking about how to edit on Premiere Pro, the most complicated editing software of all time, in my opinion. I know there's a lot of people out there that really want to start YouTube, and one of the biggest part of the process is learning how to edit, how to cut down, trim parts that you don't want, how to color grade, how to add audio, how to add music without getting copyrighted. All of that stuff will be explained and practiced on this video. So stay tuned, sit back, grab yourself some coffee, because it's gonna be a long one, but it's here. Let's go. What's going on, guys? It is me, Shamar Le Breton, here to teach you guys about cinematography, videography, photography, all of it combined. If you're new to the channel, make sure to leave me a like, subscribe, and comment, and press that notification bell so you know every single time I upload on this channel. Now we're going to talk about it. Premiere Pro, what is it? Adobe has created the software that allows creators like myself and others on YouTube to create videos and to trim down, to add transitions, to add music, effects, anything that you can think of that comes into video can all be done on Premiere Pro. Now, it's not an easy software to learn. There's a lot of intricate parts, especially when you open the app itself. There's so many different numbers and buttons. It's kind of like when you're on a spaceship and you saw like 60 different buttons and all of them were like lit up and you just didn't know what to do, and it's just like, my brain hurts. Kind of the same thing with Premiere Pro. Luckily, I was self-taught. I've taught myself since 2015, just by going on YouTube and just searching up everything that I wanted to learn. And just taking the time to actually practice and actually learn the app, which took years and a lot of mistakes and a lot of trial and errors, but nonetheless, I'm not gonna say I'm perfect, but I'm definitely in a better spot than I was when I first started. So now, I'm not here to tell you that I'm advanced, or I'm not here to show you every single thing in Premiere Pro, mainly because it's always updating and it's always an app that takes a while to learn. But nonetheless, I'm here to show you just the basics of how to get through so that you can create YouTube videos starting today. Without further ado, we're going to jump into the laptop and basically just go step by step of not only how I make YouTube videos, but how to edit in general. All right, so we are going to go into Premiere Pro. So I have Premiere Pro, or Adobe Premiere Pro 2022. So if you don't have that, I suggest you update. And if you can't, most of the stuff I'm going to show you is pretty like basic, so a lot of it will be in the previous generations as well. Don't be afraid if you don't have 2022, but if you can update, I suggest you do, just to have less bugs and a lot smoother transitions and things like that. So okay, now when you first open it, you're going to see this screen. I've said this in previous videos before, but I suggest you get a hard drive just so that you can put all your files and your Premiere Pro projects on that, just in case your computer decides to crash. You should be fine, and that you have all your projects stored somewhere else. But that's just my opinion. If you decide to depend on, you know, the terabyte hard drive or how much gigs you have on your computer, then you can use that as well. And when you come to this screen, you're going to go to the left side, press new project. You're going to create a name. I'm just going to say, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to say tutorial Premiere Pro. Now, do not worry about everything else down here except for location. Location is actually where you want the project to be. I don't have my hard drive connected right now, so I'm just going to leave it on my computer, but everything else here is pretty much like non-touchable. Just don't touch it. Don't worry about it. Click OK, and it's going to take you right inside Premiere Pro. Now, when you see the screen, I know it's a lot. It's like, what's going on here? How do I even begin, right? That's what I'm here for. So you have these titles up here: learning, assembly, editing, color, effects, audio, caption and graphics, libraries. Now you have the option to create your own. I'm not going to do that right now, but just stick with what they have right now, and I'll teach you how to make your own later. But you're going to start from assembly, right? So there's going to be this big box to the left where it says import media to start. We're just going to find a file on your computer or your hard drive, wherever. For the sake of this tutorial, I put it on my desktop, and all you got to do is just click and drag. So now you have your file. Now on the left side, you have your import station. That's where you have all your files or your audio. Everything that you import into Premiere Pro will pop up on this left side. To your top right, you have your video player. That's where you can see everything. So when you hit spacebar, when you click play, it'll show you exactly what's in the video. To the bottom right, you have your sequence. This is your timeline. This is where you make all your cuts, all your edits, all your effects, audio, everything goes into this section, how you want the file to look. You always want to start with the import section. I deal with a lot of footage and a lot of effects and a lot of things, so I like to organize For the sake of this tutorial, I only have one file, so it's fine. But a lot of times when I have to organize, I use folders, which on the bottom of the left square, I hit this folder sign, it says new bin, and I create a folder. So let's say I'm shooting on a ZV-1, I'll say ZV-1 footage. And then if I have to make another folder, and I'll call it 7D Mark II footage. Right, so you can name it whatever you want, but essentially I recommend that you organize yourself in Premiere Pro so you don't get lost, or so if you have to find footage again, you're not scrambling for 30 minutes trying to find out where the thing is at, but instead you know exactly where things are, just being organized. So now we're going to start off with the basics, just dragging onto your sequence. Now the first thing I like to do, or the first thing I recommend people to do, is to play over your sounds, seeing what sounds great and what doesn't sound great, right? So if it's too loud to where somebody's gonna blast in their headphones and it's get annoying, then you might want to lower the volume, and if it's too low, obviously vice versa, you want to pick the volume up, right? So usually I press play first, just put it up. Okay, that was me fixing my mic and stuff, blah blah blah. All right guys, after a long day of okay, now to me off rip, this is a little too loud. Another thing that you can use to like help you learn what's too loud or what's too soft is this sound bar to your bottom right, all the way in the corner. Now usually for YouTube, you want to hit that -6. If it goes anywhere past -6, it's too loud. If it's anything under -6, it's too low. To even help you better, they actually indicate to you when sound is playing how high or how low it is. Okay. So essentially you don't want these bars to hit the red. If it's hitting orange, it's like it's okay, but it's a little too loud. You still want to bring it down a little bit. Okay, and if it hits red, or you start noticing it hits red, or those two bars on the top pop up, then it's like way too loud and you need to lower the volume down. So I usually like to use it just to give me like a clear indication of how loud it is or how low it is. So I play around with the sound first. Once I play around, or once I click play and notice that everything is fine, all right guys, after a long day of setting up, we're good to go. It's not done, but it's essentially like for beginners, like you could be fine with this. Next thing I want to look at is cutting. So say this entire part you want to cut off, or you want to start exactly right here, right? For my people that don't know shortcuts, there's a little toolbar between the import station and the sequence, right? It's a bunch of little tools. You're going to click the tool that looks like a razor. You're going to hover over where you want to cut, or the part that you want it to start at. Click on the bar, click it, and it cuts it, right? Now you go back to the toolbar, click this little arrow. You're going to click the part that you don't want, and you're going to hit the delete bar. Now you're going to drag whatever you have, and you're going to drag it to the beginning. Easy peasy. Now, of course, if there's something in the middle that you want to cut off, but you still want the two sequences to fit together, it's the same move. So I'm not going to go through it because it's going to be too long. But let's say this part from here to maybe here I don't want. So I'm going to hover over the first part, take the razor, cut, gonna hover over the second part where I want it to continue, I'm gonna cut, I'm gonna take the arrow, gonna delete, and I'm gonna drag. Now the one thing I wish Premiere Pro kind of copied from Final Cut is once I delete that part in the middle, it kind of just takes that clip and automatically move it. But Premiere Pro, even in 2022, is still not up to that. So that's the one part I just don't like about Premiere Pro. Now, of course, once you keep doing this, obviously you want to go through your entire footage and just like clip and cut out parts that you don't want. Like say, for example, you cough or you mess up on a line, cut that part out, right? Once you have your story down, you want to hit Command S for my Mac users or Control S for my Windows users. Reason being, it saves the project. Now, I can't stress enough how many times Premiere Pro still has this bug to this day of it crashing and just shutting down. And mind you, if you don't save and Premiere Pro crashes, it's going to take you back to the last point where you save. So let's say you never save the entire time that you've been editing, you're going to go start from all the way from the beginning. Always save. Every 5 seconds you save. Every time you make a move, save. Every time you put an effect or music, save. Trust me, you'll learn this in the long run. You may think it's a game, but I'm telling you right now, you're going to be stressed if you like 95% done and you're about to hit export and Premiere Pro crashes on you and you have to start from 0 again. You're going to be very upset. Next up is the music section. So let's go back to assembly. Now, I know a lot of people want to use music in their footage, or a lot of people like to put music. I have a lot of music downloaded into my computer, so I'm just going to drag any one that I find. This is from Epidemic Sound. Now, of course, Epidemic Sound does not sponsor this video. I wish they did. I use Epidemic Sound, which is a subscription service that allows me to use a lot of music for free without getting copyrighted on YouTube. Which is a big deal on YouTube. There's Artlist, Epidemic Sound. There's a lot of subscription services out there. I just personally use Epidemic Sound because I think they have the best music out there, but there's a lot of places you can go to get music copyright free. Let's say you don't even want to pay for music and you just want to get it for free. YouTube even has like an audio library that you can check out on their website, or youtube.com. You can get from there too. You can even search up on YouTube copyright free music. And just search up free like hip hop, lo-fi, chill vibes, or type beats, and trust me, you'll be fine. Once you import your music into Premiere Pro, same thing as video, you just want to drag it. Now your audio is going to go below, so if you can see on the left hand side, you see like V1, V2, V3, and then A1, A2, A3. A1 means audio 1, audio 2, so every layer has a different type of audio. You could use that to your advantage by putting like audio 1 being like you're talking, so whenever you talk, that's A1. A2 could be like your music section, and then A3 could be like sound effects, or I mean whatever you want to do. Creatively, you have no boundaries when it comes to Premiere Pro. You just do whatever works for you. I usually like to separate it. So A2 is where my audio track is. Now to lower the volume, you're gonna see like this little bar that's in the middle of, you know, that music file. Or if that's too hard for you, we're gonna go back to the top where it says editing, and you're gonna see effect controls on the top left, and where it says level, I turn the time watch off, which is that little watch that's on the left of level. And then you're gonna click here and you're gonna go negative. Negative meaning it's lowering down, positive meaning it's going up. So it starts at 0, I go negative, let's say 8. That lowers it by 8 decibels. You're gonna play it over. Now it's essential to understand, like, if your music is too loud and you can't hear yourself talk, obviously you're gonna lower the volume even more. So negative 8 was still too loud, so we're gonna go negative, let's say 15. Okay, it sounds okay, but I'm still gonna lower it just a little bit more. Probably gonna go negative 19.
Trying to get this thing going. We finally got it. My desk is fully set up.
Okay, not too bad. So I guess I'll leave it at 19. And the last thing I'm going to show you guys on Premiere Pro, which is obviously I'm going to make more of these videos because I know there's so much more that happens in Premiere Pro. But just to get you guys started on YouTube, is titles, right? So everybody wants to add, like, you know, oh, follow me on Instagram, and you want your Instagram tag to actually show up. Or if you want to say subscribe, you can have subscribe pop up, things of that nature. So just like in the toolbars where we have the razor, you're going to go down to where it has a T, the type tool. You're going to click it, and you're going to click on the video itself, and you're going to type in whatever you want. So I can say make sure to subscribe. Now if you don't like the font, obviously nobody's going to like it because it's just weird. You're going to highlight what you typed. You're going to go to your effects controls tab, click this little arrow next to where it says text, make sure to subscribe whatever you typed in. Click the arrow, and now you're gonna see a whole bunch of stuff here. Don't worry about it, trust me. Go to where it says source text, click the arrow, and you have so many fonts that you can choose from. Now of course, if you don't like the fonts that Premiere Pro has like on their own, you can obviously go to 1001 fonts, or you can go to dafont.org and find a font that you like, download it to your computer, and it'll automatically go into Premiere Pro. So all these fonts I've downloaded like over the years. I'm probably just going to use Gotham Ultra. Now you can bring it to the middle. You're going to take the arrow tool, just kind of align it to the middle or wherever you want it to go. So let's say you want it to go here at the bottom. And then to make it bigger, you have this little bar where it says 100. You can like lift it to go up, lift it to go down. To change the color of it, you're going to go down to where it says appearance. Where it says fill, press this little square box or rectangular box. And you have so many different color options that you can choose from. So let's say I want to make it green. Let's say I want to make it purple. Say I want to make it red. You can do all that stuff. So we're just going to stick with red for now. Press OK. And yeah, that's essentially it. So now the title pops up. Now to make the title longer or shorter, if you want it to stay on for like, let's say 5 seconds, you just stretch like I just did here. Stretch it up, makes it longer. Stretch it down, makes it shorter. If I want to make it longer, let's say up to 14.
Got it. My desk is
Now it stays on longer. So yes, and I think that's all I'm gonna show you for right now. Obviously there's more to Premiere Pro. It's a whole bunch of things that you have to learn, but as long as you know the basics, I promise you learning everything after that will work to its favor, because as long as you know the foundation, you should be fine. All right guys, and that is it. That is all I'm showing for Premiere Pro. Now of course, this channel will be flooded with different Premiere Pro, After Effects, and a whole bunch of stuff for editing. So don't worry, this is not the end, but make sure to subscribe so you know exactly when I post those things. Make sure to leave a comment. What do you guys want to see? What kind of effects or what other things that you want to learn about Premiere Pro that you need to know? You can comment that down below and I'll make a video about it. But until then, guys, make sure to subscribe, of course, as always. Make sure to leave a like and comment. It's much appreciated. I hope this video helped you in terms of learning Premiere Pro at least somewhat. And yeah, I'm going. I will see you guys in the next one. Later.